girls, beat boys, superstar DJs. Here we go!
Welcome back. It's been a long time. I'm Jammasta.
Dr. Ew.
And I'm Be Crazy.
And this is Breakin 50. So it's been a while. We took a long break for summer. We were off, enjoyed the outside. Then what happened? No, we lived up to our crew name, the Emergency Breakin Crew. We had a little issue. What happened?
Broke my finger and I got a concussion.
So he was out, Dr. U was out for a while. Now we're back. We got a couple nights a week and we are excited. What's new with you?
He got a volleyball injury for a dodgeball injury.
Oh yeah, so we had a concussion, we had a broken finger. I've got a dodgeball injury, my shoulder's a little messed up. We did, after our last, as you see behind us, our mural from Graffiti 101. We finished that up right around that time, Father's Day. What was my Father's Day gift from my family? Boom! BumpBoxx Flare 6 graffiti version. This is a Bluetooth speaker with bass treble settings, microphone, 12-hour battery life, and so that's a little preview for an upcoming segment when we talk about the origins of hip-hop and what Africa Bambaataa and the Soul Sonic Force mean.
That was only on like the second setting. The volume.
Yeah, it's very loud. The battery life is awesome. I love this thing. Check it out. And again, we'll put the details in the bottom if you want to. BumpBoxx, if you want to give us a little freebie for advertising, you know, we won't say no.
Don't copyright us.
Don't copyright us. You notice we're all wearing our Breakin 50 shirts. We got some new gear, thanks to Night Owl Designs. Right? Show off your Breakin 50 shirt. Night Owl can do what? T-shirts, hats. We're gonna get
mugs.
We're gonna get COVID face masks, hats, coffee mugs. If you're looking for a special Christmas gift for Breakin 50 fan,
you want like a unique...
Get a hold of Night Owl Design and we'll put them below. Right? What were you saying?
If you want a unique, very unique gift,
one of a kind gift, you can get your Breakin 50 gear. What'd you do over the summer?
Swam.
We weren't down here breakdancing, so we're gonna get back on. We're gonna get back on it. We got about 6 months to Breakin 50 finale, so I'll have my windmill down. That's what I'm working on, to make sure I can pull off a windmill at the age of 50. Your goal is to, what are you gonna do?
Flares.
He wants to learn to do flares. Very difficult.
Or turtle.
Turtle is also a pretty tough one. What about you?
To learn anything, I don't know.
She just wants to get a medium level competence on the dance floor.
Better than his.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what the level is, just better than Andrew's.
So the whole goal was to help me get in shape and have a goal. I am working at it, down about a little over 10 pounds, so I'm not quite halfway there, but we're thinking by about March I should be where I need to be, and hopefully getting close to that windmill at that time. You gonna do a windmill? No.
I will. If he doesn't, I will.
Brenna will do a windmill. We will have an instructional video coming up right after this one on a backspin. Not quite the easiest move as you'd think, so we're going to work on getting you guys good at a backspin. I'm going to give it a try again to see if we can do that. That's coming up soon. We'll have another breaking news with Be Crazy and Jammasta.
My name's actually Jeff for that.
Okay. But what'd you do? What's new with you? You just had a birthday, right?
Yeah.
How old are you now?
11.
Be Crazy's 11. School, you're doing good. What'd you get at school?
Student of the month.
Student of the month, so she's doing really good in school. And you picked up a new sport this year. What were you doing?
Volleyball and wrestling.
Volleyball and wrestling this year. So Be Crazy is going to be really busy. She just finished up volleyball. We'll show you some pictures of that. Dr. U, this summer we had an exciting trip. Where'd we go?
South Dakota.
Where's it? Whereabouts?
Around the Mount
Rushmore? Wait,
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, he's out there working out at Mount Rushmore. Had a great time wrestling. Your team took what?
First in nationals.
First place in nationals. His wrestling team did good out there. Another exciting thing is Be Crazy took her first airplane ride to Kansas City for another wrestling tournament. Her and her mom met us out there. We drove. Dr. U and I drove out there. Wrestling did not go as well as South Dakota, but what was cool about Kansas City?
we met our biggest supporter, Colleen, and Dad's new friend, Jeff.
So we did. We got Colleen, she's the first person to have any Breakin 50 swag. We'll show you that. Colleen and Jeff and Lily, we got to meet them. Great friends and big supporters. So that was really the highlight of that trip. Got back safely. A little bit of a scare on the way home, but we got here.
Big scare.
Yeah.
Big scare.
Yeah.
With a big truck.
Yeah, so a truck almost ran us off the road, but we won't talk about that. What's coming up? I said we're going to do the backspin. We're going to do breaking news. We're going to talk about the origins of hip hop. This book, what's this book, Brenna?
Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
Sorry.
Be Crazy.
What's this book, Be Crazy?
Can't Stop, Won't Stop.
That is...
created by me.
No, Jeff Chang's Can't Stop, Won't Stop, History of Hip Hop Generation. This goes into detail on a lot of the origins and history of hip hop. Highly recommend the book for those of you interested, but we will be, through Breakin 50, we'll be talking about the content, and our next we'll be talking about three of the important, what's that?
Most of highlighted.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot in highlighted. This book goes over a lot of the origins and some of the most important people, one being Kool Herc, Africa Bambaataa, who we just heard, and Grandmaster Flash. So those are some important individuals in the early days of hip hop. One thing I didn't tell these two is we are very shortly going to have a fashion episode where we are going to pick out for Christmas our ideal breaking outfit. We get to go online, look at the styles of hip hop, some of the styles of breakdancing, and then you get to pick out your outfit, and we're going to order it and have that in by Christmas.
I know, but Gucci was like a big thing in breakdancing, so can I get some Gucci?
Yeah. So what would your ideal break-in outfit be?
I think I need a Supreme hoodie, I need Gucci flip-flops, maybe an
Yeah, you
Air
can't
Jordan
breakdance
hat.
in flip-flops.
I don't know. Really what's important is the look, but the material is also important. So we talked about the backspin. You need a material that's slippery enough that you can actually execute moves on the floor. It needs to be comfortable enough to be able to move flexibly in. So you need to look good, but it also needs to be functional, and we will do that. Andrew's been begging for some software on the computer where you can record your screen movements. So we're going to get that going, and we are going to go shopping online and buy some breaking outfits.
I have something perfect that's like silky and like you can spin on, and it's athletic wear.
Okay. So look for that. What else we doing? Brenna, what about our subscribers? How we doing on subscribers?
How many do we have? Like 60?
60 subscribers. So
So
we've been a little quiet the last 4 or 5 months, but we hope now that we have a couple days a week to dedicate, we're really hoping that every week you guys see something new, even if it's a 5 or 10 minute clip. We're going to really try to dedicate our time to make sure Monday, Wednesdays, and weekend day that we are down here getting better at this. hopefully you guys watch.
Tell your friends, family, and everybody subscribe so Breakin 50 will get a TikTok. If we get 150 subscribers, we'll get a TikTok.
So Be Crazy wants us to have a Breakin 50 TikTok channel. I'm looking for advice. I'm really hesitant. I hear a lot of negative things about TikTok, but then you see this guy with the Fleetwood Mac stuff took off, right? We do have a special video we're going to be working on. I don't want to tell you anything other than that, but that should work out pretty nicely if we pull that off. If you're looking to see these guys breakdance and me, episode 2 about the 4-minute mark, look at that.
What's new with you, Jammasta?
Well, we've gotten through this COVID situation with none of us getting it yet, so cross your fingers, knock on wood. So that's great. Like I said, we're going to be getting Breakin 50 masks, so when we're out, we can advertise our channel. I think this is the first time we're using the ring light downstairs. So we got a nice ring light camera set up. We've got our backdrop. One situation that might run into a problem is we're supposed to be doing some work in our Breakin 50 area, so we're gonna try to do the construction and still make sure that we have an area for us to break dance.
I think I have a place we can go to do it.
You do?
I do.
And so with that said, really good to see you all again. Did you miss Breakin 50?
Yep. What about you, Dr. E?
Yep.
And we take requests. The kids are really upset that the songs I choose are copyrighted, so we can't
Oh my god!
we can't monetize.
Just get on down and hit me.
Thanks for watching. I'm Jammasta.
I'm in.
Dr. Is Breakin 50.
I'm about to speak, make your body socialize. Get down. Soul away.
Hello, welcome to Breakin 50. I'm Jammasta, and today we will be doing a tutorial on how to do a backspin. As you can see, it's just me today. I'm going to go over the steps, pass it along to the kids, and then they're going to be practicing for you. Last week we finished our welcome back video and unfortunately spoke too soon and said coronavirus has not made it into the EBC, but we since have learned on Thanksgiving I found out I'm positive for COVID, so separating myself from the rest of the crew, and we'll be doing that for another 10 days. Fortunately, I feel great, I feel fine, and no major symptoms, so I'm going to be just separated from them, but I've still got time for you guys, and we're well overdue on Breakin 50, so I wanted to go over the backspin today. So really there are 4 main components when you want to learn to do a backspin. The first is your surface area and your spinning area. That would include the material you have on your body that is allowing you to do the spin. The second is your kick, getting the proper kick. The third is making sure you have the right portion of your back and arch of your back. And then the fourth piece will be the acceleration and pulling your legs and arms into your body. You could do a fifth step being a freeze or transition into another move, but that's maybe something down the road. But I want to at least cover how to do a backspin. Surface is really important that you find a very hard, slippery surface. Right here we have in the basement over cement, we have these sticky vinyl tiles that we laid down previously. Should provide a nice, smooth, slippery surface. I also recommend pledge. A little bit of pledge doesn't hurt. You apply that to the floor that you'll be spinning and wipe that in. That provides a little bit of an extra slide and spin. we used to do this when we would practice on linoleum. We would saturate it with pledge and make that really slippery surface. You need to be careful if it's a high traffic area that people aren't walking through in socks and maybe could fall. So you definitely want to be careful with that. But you used to see back in when breakdancing was popular, a lot of cardboard. And the reason cardboard was nice is it's very smooth and slippery. It's portable. You could move it, lay it down on the sidewalk, and it also provided some padding on the sidewalk. So if you do have cardboard available on a not so desirable surface like concrete or even carpeting, you can use cardboard. If you have options to use linoleum, that's also a nice thing. Also, your clothing that you wear, you want to make sure it is slippery enough. I've got a Adidas nylon jacket on that should be more than enough to help spin on the surface. You can trial and error to make sure that you have the right type of material and the right type of floor surface. You also want to make sure there's no objects in your way that you may kick or hit your head on. Back in when I was back in the 80s, when I was breakdancing, I was over my mom's friend's house and they said, "Oh, Jamie, show me your breakdancing." So they had a hardwood floor. I was more than happy to show them what I could do. Unfortunately, jumped right into a backspin and nailed my head on a piano and cut my head open. Had to go to the ER and get stitches. So I still have a scar on my head from that when I was about 13. So be very careful. It could be dangerous. I've also had a foot injury before by kicking a piece of furniture when trying to do a backspin. So please be careful. Make sure that there's no objects that could be harmful to you. The kick. So we're going to go over from a stop position, meaning you're not transitioning into a backspin from another move like a windmill or flares or some other move where you may already have momentum going in. So coming from a stop, you have to generate your own momentum. You do that by your leg kick. So I'm going to demonstrate that. You want to be on your hip or just off your hip, but having, if you're going this way, your left leg on the ground and your hand firmly planted on the ground, carrying all your weight. And what you're going to do with your lead leg is you're going to step in and you're going to swing this leg all the way around as far as you can until it starts to come up. Once it starts to come up, you're going to follow with your other leg to a point where you're in a straddle position. And that's going to be your kick. So you kick with this top leg as far as you can and then follow swooping with your behind leg. So that's the kick. You also, with your planted hand, you want to push off at the last minute, right before your hand is about to come up. You want to push off to give a little bit of extra spin. Your follow leg is going to be the one that's giving you the most momentum. So you want to make sure not to just kick up, but to follow with that. And you want both legs in a straddle position in the upwards position. So again, step into it, sweep around, push off, and get both into the straddle position. The third thing is the location on your back. What a lot of people do the first time, they try to spin on their butt and lower back. That is not ideal. You aren't very well balanced and you'll just fall over. You want to really get up between your shoulder blades and your upper back, and you want to curve your back in a ball and curve your spine in a ball. So if you ever used a saucer sled going down a hill sledding, that's the kind of curvature you want on your back, so that the smallest surface of your back is touching the floor, and that will give you the best ability to spin. The fourth thing is you want to create momentum by pulling your arms and legs inward. So you don't want to pull them in real quick. You want to start with your legs straddled and your arms out, and then slowly pull all of them to the center. By doing that, you're using angular velocity and moment of inertia to pull in and accelerate. You can look those up in terms of physics terms. It's similar to what you see with an ice skater, someone on ice, where they're doing a spin. You'll see them slowly pull their arms in, which accelerates them. It's the same concept with this. So you'll feel that. If you actually had ankle weights or some small wrist weights and did this exercise, you would find that that would actually accelerate even more. So let's give it a try. Sorry. Give it a try. So first thing, the floor, I can feel it's pretty slippery right now. I'm going to move my pledge out of the way. But with that pledge, it's pretty slippery. I'm going to make sure I don't hit anything in my way here. And again, hip to the ground, all my weight on my hand. Step into it with my left leg, and then kick with the right, follow with the left. Pulling it. So as you saw there, I started to pull my arms and legs in and kept the spin going. So let's try that again. One more time. Left foot out. All my weight is on my left hand. I'm going to step in, kick with my right, follow with my left, and slowly pull those arms and legs in. So we'll have the kids practice that. Hopefully they get it down so that they can demonstrate. And I hope you're doing well. That's a backspin.